Welcome back to Switch to Linux. It's Friday and it's time for another Friday Night News. And we're going to start off with the business and corporatocracy news under the basic topic of do not pause this video. Someone might sue you. We'll get to that video, or that article here shortly. Let's go ahead and start in by having a look. First, AT&T wants to overhaul HBO. It's not profitable enough. So, HBO's general strategy has generally been to have a few high-content programs. So, in other words, they have their own programs. You can sign up for the streaming services, and then you can get your, you can go ahead and just get your HBO account, and then you can watch things. Well, this isn't enough for AT&T, who just basically lapped this, this service up. Literally what they want is they want to make it so that we need hours a day. Mr. Stanky said, that's an unfortunate name. Mr. Stanky, his concept, by the way, stanks. Referring to the time viewers spend watching HBO programs. Quote, it's not hours a week. It's not hours a month. We need hours a day. You're competing with devices that sit in people's hands and capture their attention every 15 minutes. Continuing the theme, he added, I want more hours of engagement. Why are more hours of engagement important? Because you get more data and information about a customer that then allows you to do more things like monetize through alternative models of advertising as well as subscriptions, which I think is very important to play in tomorrow's world. Well, there's everything I just talked about in one nicely bundled package. First and foremost, guys, okay, spending a couple hours a day on either HBO or maybe you get it on YouTube, whatever else is good. But if you're spending more than 3 or 4 hours a day on these things, man, go find something else productive to do. Honestly. And the reason is that this will just pull you in. What they're trying to do is get a person addicted to watching stuff hours and hours a day, as if we don't have enough to do. Why? Why do they want to do this? I want more hours of engagement. Why more hours, Mr. Stanky? Here's why more hours. More hours of engagement is important because you get more data and information about a customer that then allows you to do things like monetize through alternative models of advertising as well as subscription, which I think is very important to play in tomorrow's world. Mr. Stanky, your business model stanks something bad, all right? I mean, really? I mean, let's just let HBO do its thing. It's found its niche. It's fine. Oh, it's not profitable enough. I didn't pull the numbers. I don't know. Okay, HBO made nearly... Oh, Lord. It's in the article. They made $6 billion in profit over 3 years. That is $2 billion a year. This isn't profitable enough. We need to completely addict people to this crap so then we can sell them anything and everything no matter what. Holy Lord. 40 million subscribers in the US, 142 million worldwide, but Stanky, Mr. Stankmeister, said the AT&T intends to make HBO a much more common product. Pick my favorite finger, Mr. Stanky from HBO. I mean, really. This is where total capitalistic, pure immorality, corporatocracy, and oligarchy leads us. Which, by the way, this is not capitalism. Capitalism requires morality. If you check the original information about it from Adam Smith. Is it Adam Smith? Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting my authors all mixed up right now. All right. Capitalism requires morality. This is not capitalism because capitalism never puts profit above people. This is just flat out corporatocracy where people, they are just wanting to milk everything. Everything they can do. They want every ounce of your time. They want every ounce of your money. They want everything. They see you. They see a dollar sign. And you should stop doing business with this crap. You got HBO? I'd cut that thing off. Tell them, screw you, Mr. Stanky. That's what your model is. All right? Because this is so bad. It's bad for the world. It's bad for the public. It's just not good. All right? What they're doing here. That's just crazy. All right. So this is kind of our feature article here. So what happens is there was a guy, and I forget exactly which country he was in, but he has a website that he offers completely for free that basically you go there, you can grab videos, audio files to help you learn a variety of languages. And he doesn't charge for it. It's just a site. He accepts donations, and some people will donate money to him so he can, pay for the server space and pay for the bandwidth and basically make all this stuff work. So a patent number, Houghton and Stroughton contends that the language transfer infringes on U.S. patent number 6,565,356 titled Language Teaching Systems. Basically what this patent says is somebody had attempted to patent playing a video and then hitting the pause button so you can comprehend it or maybe work out exercises. And I'm sure Carbon can probably speak to this. As somebody studying languages, you might listen to something and go, I'd like to pause right there for a second and write something down, maybe respond, maybe record a passage, and then resume to see if you're right. Very good exercise. Well, apparently this company tried to patent hitting pause on a video. And so they have sued this guy for patent infringement. Fortunately, the EFF and their lawyers jumped in and was like, you have got to be redonkulously crazy. And so really, it's just a case where I think that finally, once the EFF got involved, I think that the company realized this was probably not a battle they were going to win. And I think that they kind of dropped it. But for crying out loud, I mean, this guy is just trying to help people for free learn a foreign language. And he gets sued over a patent where if you play something until you need to pause to comprehend it, you hit the pause button and then you write something down on a piece of paper. Welcome to our world. That is right. All right. So next, of course, this is a fun one here, and I have a very hard time explaining what in the world's going on here. And let me attempt to do this, and maybe the article makes sense. ISPs have a First Amendment right to block websites. So, an internet service company has a First Amendment right. By the way, First Amendment, it's freedom of speech. The First Amendment, the ISPs have a freedom of speech to block a website. Can someone explain this to me like I'm a 4-year-old? How does a big corporate conglomerate that has a monopoly in the region we are in, how is it freedom of speech to hinder somebody's speech on your network? I am incredulous right now. I have no idea. I just... Yeah. All right. I don't even really... I mean, I think my head will explode if I go in here, and I might damage some headphones if I keep going. But basically, this, of course, conversation comes from this Brett Kavanaugh guy that is being promoted up as a new Supreme Court nominee. Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. I can't even comprehend this. But yeah, the judge, like cable TV, ISPs decide which websites to transmit. So how does blocking somebody's free speech and expression on the internet constitute your free speech? It's not even in the realm of sin. The only place you could possibly make a free speech argument is, why are you blocking a website from speaking? That's the only way you can possibly turn this around. And which, by the way, if you want a fascinating study in case law, look at when and how companies got this quote-unquote accessible to the free speech. Because here's the thing. A corporation should not have any constitutional rights at all. Because there's no individual to hold up the responsibilities that come with the Constitution. Okay, we have constitutional rights as United States citizens, but with rights come responsibilities. I have the right to drive a car. Well, it's more of a privilege, not a right. What's a better example? I have a right to walk down the street, but I don't have the right to walk through the neighbor's yard. Okay, and to see the history of where companies originally fought for and won the constitutional rights is a fascinating legal discussion. And it's kind of really sad because now what's happens is all of these big companies claim we have these rights, but their rights, their expression of rights tramples the citizens' rights. And this is just where we are. This is so much corruption. We should just blank slate it all away. Close every ISP, close them all down, seize all their assets, all their yachts, all their private planes, distribute it to the individual people that want to do startup ISPs, and let's start over, people, because where we're going isn't right. But this is the Supreme Court guy that Trump wants to nominate. I don't know. Let's see if I can find a quote from him. Internet service providers may not necessarily generate as much of their own content, but they may decide which content they will transmit, just as cable operators decide what content they transmit, Kavanaugh wrote. Deciding whether and how to transmit ESPN and deciding whether and how to transmit ESPN.com are not meaningfully different for First Amendment purposes. Well, the problem here, of course, is ESPN has the First Amendment right to speak. Now you're blocking their hindrance of free speech in society. And by the way, I hate sports, so I don't really care if they talk or not. I don't have a skin in the game. But at the same time, I'm fully submit, especially since we have monopolies. I can't choose an internet service provider. I can't. Are you listening, Congress? I can't I can't choose my internet service provider. I have exactly one choice, and I'm in the 4th largest city in my state. That is called a monopoly. Get off your rear ends, get into office, and do something about it. For crying out loud. Really? Well, before my blood pressure shoots off. Oh, never mind. My blood pressure is just going to go. Just a headphone warning now. Headphone warning. I'm going to put a big old headphone warning at the beginning of this one. Sprint now has their unlimited plan, which just split out. Sprint says, our unlimited plans got even better. New unlimited plans. So now they have 2 unlimited plans. That's right. They have unlimited. What are the exact names? Oh, they have 4. Oh, Lord. Unlimited Plus, Unlimited Basic, Unlimited Military, and Unlimited 55 Plus. So, of course, for the general population, we have 2 unlimiteds. All right? So, the unlimited plans are very limited in their data. They all come with all these wonderful free Hulu subscriptions. It's like, you know what? If I got a plan, I'd be like, I do not authorize you to give any of my data to Hulu. I don't want an account with Hulu. I don't want them having my data. Where's the option for that? And so Unlimited Basic is, $32 a month per line. Number 8. What is number 8 in the fine print at the bottom? Okay. Number 8. Oh, $60? Is it $35 or is it $60? Okay. It's $35 or maybe it's $60 for one line, $40 a month for line 2, $20 a month for line 3, with autopay. So basically though, this streaming service, their basic, unlimited basic, they have 500 megabytes of mobile hotspot. Oh, you can only stream in SD quality. Oh, TV you love with Hulu, like I care. So their unlimited plan is not very unlimited, is it? And of course they have their unlimited plus, which gives you 15 gigabytes of LT. So that's not exactly unlimited, is it? 15 gigabytes is a limit. When can we sue these morons for false advertising? Really? That's not unlimited. All right. And FYI, I don't want you to give me those brand bundles. I do not in any way, shape, or form authorize you to share my data with Hulu, or Tidal. No. This, people, is the beginning of the crumbling of net neutrality, where you are deeply limited. Okay. This is the very thing, by the way, that was an early violation of Verizon. I have a phone here which is capable of mobile hotspot sharing. Verizon was blocking the capability of my phone to do that. Now that's exactly what these guys are doing again. They're doing it with the small services most people don't use or don't even know their phones can do. Okay? And this is the erosion of net neutrality. It begins, people. It begins. This is exactly what it is. Welcome to the brave new world. Well, if you want your blood to boil anymore, particularly if you like to fly, TSA agents are now immune from flyer abuse lawsuits, court rules. This basically means you're going to go through the lines and literally be totally, completely groped by the TSA agent, and he has total immunity. Well, I think he's got something up there. What's that? Whoa, wrong animal, buddy. No, I am not happy to see you, Mr. TSA agent. But basically, this a ruling came down. So there's kind of a ruling. It's kind of the same ruling that if a police officer, beats you up while you're already in handcuffs, that I mean, of course, if you so much as push a police officer, that's an automatic felony. But if a police officer pounds the hell out of your face when you're handcuffed, it's a little misdemeanor, and he gets to go have a paid vacation. Lordy. So in a 2-1 decision, U.S. Court of Appeals, Third Circuit, said the TSA officials are shielded under the federal statute that gives federal employees what's known as sovereign immunity when acting in their official functions. That law, the Federal Tort Claims Act, doesn't provide cover for law enforcement, however. In addition, Third Circuit ruled TSA screeners aren't considered law enforcement and thus aren't exempt, which, by the way, I believe they're a private company. There's another fun thing. So this stems from this case in 2006. Yeah, it's talk about right to a speedy trial, which a Florida business consultant, Pellerino, spent 18 hours in jail after continuous screening by TSA agents in Philadelphia airport that ended with her being arrested and charged with assault and making threats. Pellegrino later sued the TSA and the individual officials involved for $951,200, accusing the agents of damage to property, malicious prosecution, emotional distress, and false imprisonment. The parties settled one claim of property damage outside of court, but a federal district court sided with the TSA on all the other and wouldn't let the case proceed to trial. Third Circuit reiterated the lower court's decision Wednesday and said that TSA officers conduct administrative searches, not searches related to criminal investigations, meaning they get full protection from lawsuits, according to FTCA. For most people, the TSA screening is an unavoidable feature of flying, and they may involve thorough searches of not only belongings of passengers but also their physical person. Searches searches that are even more rigorous and intimate for individuals who happen to be selected for a physical pat-down, says Circuit County Corrupt Judge Cheryl Ann Krause. But they don't meet the level of lifting the immunity afforded to federal employees by law. Congress to date has limited the proviso to investigative or law enforcement officers that do not meet, and TSA does not meet that definition. So basically, they can do whatever they want to you. They can grope you. They can strip search you. They can be like whatever they want to do. This is kind of, this is crazy. This is insanity. Okay. We need to have better stuff than this. Okay. Somebody in Congress watching this, fix this problem. And by the way, they need to come up with a better random screening thing. I have a friend that goes down to Atlanta at least once a month because he gets cancer treatments down there. So he flies down there once a month, and he has been randomly selected 65% of the time he goes in a small airport. He has been randomly selected so many times, and he flies so much out of our tiny State College airport. He knows every security official by name. And every single time he walks to that airport, he is specially selected for an advanced search. He's a black guy. I told him, dude, just play the race card. Every time they come through here, they screen me. I think they do it because I'm black. I said, just play the black card, man. Just play the black card. You'll get a free pass for life. He's nicer than me, though. I mean, but this is just crazy. This is insanity. Well, if there was any hope of having good jobs in America from Tesla making all these cars, yeah, they signed their first agreement to start building their cars in China. Yay! Now Tesla's going to move everything to China, so that just like Apple, they can pay people, barely livable wage legally, and mark up their profits and just make a ton. That's just that's kind of it, man. That's it. So yeah, they did sign a deal to start building cars in China and Shanghai. So yay, more American jobs outsourced overseas. You better believe when they see that they can do this a little bit cheaper over there, it's a lot cheaper over there, you'll start to see the American factories closing down. In fact, isn't it kind of funny how many people were actually already laid off? And this is probably good news. It could be under privacy news. Who knows? But Uber is going to begin actively monitoring U.S. driver background checks continuously. So in other words, basically, if you are a driver for Uber, they're going to have an account out on you, and any traffic ticket, any arrest, anything that's weird, any lapse of insurance, anything about you, they just constantly have this feed out. This is so exciting. So that is kind of fun, though. So this is kind of good in that I'm guessing that this is probably going to make Uber quite a bit safer, for sure. But don't forget, every time you call an Uber, a little kitty gets clubbed. So, friends don't let friends call Uber. But, it's... they're making positive strides. I get that. I do, if I understand this correctly. There's a guy I watch on YouTube every now and again, and apparently he's involved in this new Lyft program that's kind of like a recruiter position, where they actually give him free Ubers through Lyft. And the idea is he's supposed to convince Lyft drivers to go drive for Uber. So yeah, both companies are a little bit unscrupulous. So, well, I think that's all I have for... the business news. What are your thoughts and comments on all these news articles? Let me know in the comments below. This is just crazy. I hope you've enjoyed this video from Switched to Linux. If you'd like to help support the channel, check out the links at the top. There is another video over here. You can check out our Patreon page down here. And you can check out shop.switchtolinux.com for information on a t-shirt like this or some other designs. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.